let me give you this. This is why I think the beginning of the incel movement and the black pill movement was born out of pickup artistry. The origin, if you trace it back using internet history, of the incel black pill ideology was I think it's a subreddit or a website called PUA Hate, Pickup Artist Hate. And what it was a group of men who had been through the pipeline of pickup artistry and come out the other side with a very jaded and even more jaded view of the world.
More jaded.
Yes, and I'll tell you why. So what happens if a guy learns old school, mid-20 noughts pickup artistry is you realize that there is a particular set of actions, a script that you can run, which makes it more likely that a woman is going to go to bed with you.
Right.
But what you realize when you do that, as you learn how to neg and do Kino escalation and tell them that story about the midget fight outside or whatever your script is that you're running, you then begin to see just how far away that person is from the person that you actually show up as.
Right.
Who you are and this extravagant persona that you need to convolute into existence in order to get this woman into bed makes you feel
worse even.
Feel the gap between where you are and what you have to do in order to achieve the thing that you want. Now, what you don't realize is that there are a million other ways that you could become sufficiently charming to get this person to like you. This is
by actually doing it, for example.
This is just one that happens to be robust and easy enough to write down in a book and easy enough for most guys to replicate.
It's basically a form of scripted psychopathy. So what a psychopath does is feign competence, right? So most psychopaths are very emotionally stable. And so one of the early stage markers for competence is self-possession and calmness. And so if you're not an anxious person, you've got an edge on that already. And most psychopaths are very high in emotional stability. And so they look confident, because confident people tend not to be that nervous. Like if you're doing something you're expert at, well, you're not nervous because you know how to do it. Okay, so the lack of nervousness is a hint to competence. Well, you can feign that. You can feign competence. You can feign confidence. That's what the pickup artists teach. Now, I would say there's even some utility in what they do, right? Because if you're dependent and bitter and resentful and charmless and self-destructive and nervous and socially unskilled, the probability that you're going to be successful with women is very, very low. Okay, so you should be other than who you are. Now, if you start putting on this persona, then you could think about that as a new suit of clothes, and you could learn through that how to fill in the gaps.
Fake it until you make it.
Absolutely, absolutely. But if you take on that without doing the effort necessary to integrate that in a genuine way, then all that's happening is that you're being rewarded for being fake, right? And that's part of the problem with that too, is that you're practicing learning how to manipulate people in a psychopathic way. And if you practice that, of course you're going to become jaded. Like there's nothing more jaded than a psychopath. I mean, that's the ultimate extreme of jadedness. And if you practice manipulating, especially if the women happen to be reasonably good women, if you practice manipulating them and you're successful, then you're learning to be one horrible person.
I totally agree with Dr. Jordan Peterson and Chris Williamson. This was Dr. Jordan Peterson on a Chris Williamson podcast. I really like both of these men, different generations, but I think they both have the same sort of ideas in a way. I'm pretty sure they don't agree with everything. I don't have much to say. I agree with it, but I don't have much to say. But one thing I'm going to say is what and Dr. Jordan Peterson spoke about this before, where a lot of people correlate confidence with competence. You are confident, so you must be smart in what you do. You must be good in what you do. You must know what you're talking about because you're speaking with confidence and you're speaking with authority. So what you're saying must be true. And a lot of people can fake that confidence can mean competence, but it doesn't always correlate. It's not the same thing. And you can fake confidence, and that the confidence is not real, therefore the competence is not real. The whole like pickup artistry, I never really understood this world. I live in such an alternative world that I don't understand a lot of this stuff. Like, I live in a world with artists and hippies and travelers and nomads, so I don't understand a lot of this stuff. A lot of this stuff is like, I don't get it. I don't know people like this. This idea of like trying to manipulate your way into a transactional type of relationship because all you want is this, and all, in line to get it, instead of maybe in a way like the whole sexual revolution and the whole sex for all, that has really fucked up both men and women, because like you're not really trying to have a long-term relationship. You're just trying to have sex. You're just trying to trick someone and manipulate someone and get the odds in your favor just so you can sleep with someone, instead of just like actually focusing on yourself and becoming a better human being and working on your own life and your goals and your dreams. And hopefully throughout that journey, you meet somebody that is at the same level as you. Because when you build yourself up, when you elevate yourself, you're going to attract that type of elevation. You're no longer going to attract the people that's over here in this low vibrational state, trying to trick women just to sleep with them, or women who are trying to manipulate men to steal their money. Like, I don't get the whole like thing of this hyper focusedness on just trying to fuck somebody. I don't get that. And maybe because I'm not a man. I like sex just next to the next person, but like this extra effort to manipulate and lie and have a script in your head and all this stuff, it seems crazy to me. It's just like, if you work in yourself, if you learn how to talk and you educate yourself and you culture yourself and you live life, you're going to gain all the experience. So when you talk to someone, that's going to come out of you. You're going to have something to say because you lived life. You're going to have confidence because you took life on and you succeeded and you failed, but you overcome those failures. That will come through you as a human being. So it seems like it would be more rewarding just to do that, instead of like being fake and manipulative and psychopathic and all these things just to get pussy. I think it's crazy. And I think when women do it too, when women are hyper opportunistic and they're like sharks trying to like find men to steal their money, like just focus in your life. Like, this seems so much more rewarding. It seems so depressing to do the other way around. Anywho, let me know what you guys think. I know I said I had not that much to say and then I went on a rant. Let me know what you guys think of this whole Dr. Jordan Peterson, Chris Williamson conversation in the comment section below. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell to get the notifications when I do upload. All of that really does help with the algorithm, guys. You can donate. It helps keep me on this platform. And you guys have an amazing, beautiful day. Bye.
Let me give you this. This is why I think the beginning of the Incel movement and the black pill movement was born out of pickup artistry. The origin, if you trace